What's up, YouTube? I'm Robert, and you're watching the B1KER Bar Podcast. I mean, I would assume you guys are both riding Reebs. Is that actual? Or am I going to we're going to mess up the marketing right now?
No, we're pretty diehard.
Right on. What are you riding, Adam?
So I'm riding the Reeb Bruiser, which is not a production bike, but it is kind of a little experiment that I've been working on for a couple years. Lots of help from Gates belt drive and pinion gearboxes.
Oh,
so
wow.
It is so it's a 190 front, 185 rear travel, 12-speed gearbox bike with a single crown fork. So it's like
is that a 29er, I assume?
Yep, 29er.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's 62.5 degree head angle. The wheelbase is
that long, low, slack kind of deal.
Yeah, but it's fully a trail bike. I pedal it everywhere. It'll be a bike that I climb like 3,500 feet on to go do a trail ride. So it's a lot of fun.
I rode a zeroed in UC in Santa Cruz a few years ago, and I'll say that gearbox with where it puts the weight at, it was the most confident bike I've ever ridden through a corner in my entire life. Like that, just like having that weight down there, it was amazing. I would imagine, is that a similar experience that you're having with what you got?
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting experience because I changed about 10 variables on the bike. I made the chainstays longer. The front triangle is made out of steel instead of aluminum. The weight went way up, mainly because I joke it's like my COVID bike. Bike parts are so hard to find right now. You try to make it, last.
Right.
But yeah, it's super fun. It handles very similar to our Squeeb, our normal production trail bike, but it just has those couple variables that are fun to play with.
Right on, man. I know with the Zero too, that bike was a lot heavier, but because of where the weight was, it didn't feel that way.
Yeah, and it's definitely how you build it. Like the pinion gearbox, like they have two different versions. One is made out of aluminum. It's more durable, like less prone to rock strikes, from what I hear. They also have a magnesium case, which is much, much lighter, but the only bad thing I've heard about it is you can punch a rock through the gearbox.
Yeah.
But that one, the magnesium gearbox weighs just a touch more, like it's like maybe 100 grams more than a GX drivetrain.
Oh, wow.
So it's not as heavy as you think they are, but
yeah.
I think they get kind of a bad rap because they look a little bulky.
I'll tell you right now, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that the future of bikes is along that line. I mean, the derailleur just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like we're riding through this rocky terrain and tight stuff, and to have something hanging off of the bike like that's an integral part of your shifting, and like whether or not you keep pedaling, it just doesn't make any sense for it to be there. So I think that's pretty rad that you guys are working on that. Is that something that you see in the foreseeable? Like, what's the future timeline look for that? Like a year or two out, or?
That's hard to say.
If you like that, make sure you check out the full episode. And hey, do me a favor, before you take off, hit the like and subscribe.